Hello there. Welcome to the Poo Finger Podcast. Yes, it's another episode of the mighty fine Poo Finger Podcast. I am Wayne Cooper, and we found him last week. He's lost again this week, except I don't know where this week. What's the news around town about Mr Neal?
He keeps on being spotted just briefly in amongst the clothing racks in M&S.
Yeah, because he likes to peep on old ladies.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
And basically just popping up here and there, but up and down the high street in and out random shops.
Yeah. People keep tagging him in stuff, like in photos around town.
Yeah. He's like an urban Bigfoot.
Yeah. So it's odd. Considering we were talking about Bigfoot last week.
Oh, good point, yeah.
Yeah, he's turned into a mythical creature.
Yeah. I might change my game and tags about.
Yeah. So, as far as we know, Mr Neal is out Sasquatching around Leicester. He took last week a little bit too seriously, and now he's gone full hairy giant.
You should never go full hairy giant, unless you're into that sort of thing, in which case, shoot your shot, go for it. Yeah, why not?
Shoot your load.
Well, I don't know if that's your persuasion. Yeah.
And he sits in the corner, wants to finger Jack Horner. It's Kemp.
That's not bad, actually, compared to some of the stuff you've had in the past. Yeah, I'll go with that. Good evening, all.
Oh, man, I thought of one the other day.
Oh, yeah.
And now I can't think of it again. And it was really good.
I suppose I should be grateful for that.
I was sat here in the Gay Rage, in the PFP HQ.
In the nude.
Yeah, by myself,
as
in the nude,
always are.
wearing nothing but my dressing gown.
Yeah.
Cock out.
And a smile.
My nub was nestling in the nest of pubes. And I was recording jingles. Because I had to record a new jingle for Kemp and Wayne's Korner Nub Hub.
Corner of Nub.
And when I was doing that, I also realised I hadn't written a jingle for something else that we did. I can't remember what it was.
Can I just say that Corner of Nub sounds like one of those 90s bands like Puddle of Mud? Not just phonetically either.
But yeah, I thought of a fucking awesome intro for you. Now I can't remember it.
You say awesome. By awesome, I'm assuming you mean horrific.
Incredibly offensive, yeah.
Okay. You need to build up a little bank of these, like a little...
a wank bank for Kemp put downs.
That's a really good one. Oh.
Sometimes it does increase blood flow.
Really?
Yeah, if I think about a really good one.
Just
a real zinger.
Yeah, because you laugh really hard.
My trousers get tighter. I'm going to lie.
That might be a medical issue. That might be thrombosis.
That's how I used to write songs in Alpha State.
Yeah.
Like I'd get a massive boner when I think of an awesome lyric, and then I'd write it down.
Yeah.
It didn't happen very often.
Okay. Rock boner.
Yeah. When you get the rock boner, like you're like, oh shit. Yeah, and then you repeat that lyric. Oh yeah, that gets better every time I hear it. You write it down. Boom.
Nice.
It's an awesome feeling.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, we're straying quite far from what was content about this week.
Tonight's probably going to be a lot of rambling and tangents. But we have something a little different. Seeing it's just me and Kemp sat here chilling, tugging each other off under the table. We sat opposite each other, looking each other dead in the eye. And the plan is that we're going to tug each other all night. And the minute one of us smiles due to the tugging, the loser has to drink both glasses of cum that we're going to fill.
None of this was in the text message you sent me, Eddie. You just said you want to come and record a podcast.
Well, it was implied. It's the implication, man.
Fucking hell.
But in all seriousness, like the last... game's over. In all seriousness, last time it was just a me and Kemp episode. We just went rando, didn't we?
Yeah, a little bit.
Rando, no theme. But this week we thought, hang on a minute, I can think of a theme for the two of us. So we decided we're going to go to something that we've covered before in the podcast, but maybe tread some different ground with it. And we're going to go Marvel versus DC in its entirety. However, what we're going to do is each of us is going to represent one of these companies.
Represent?
So, obviously, I'm never going to represent DC because everything they do is dog shit. That's why it's called DC. They're called Dog Shit Comics.
Okay.
So, I'm representing Marvel, and Kemp is representing DC because he has a boner for Batman.
He's... Yeah, to be fair, I'm not going to put it better than
You
that.
can't argue with that.
No, that's absolutely fair. He's 99% of the reason I read any DC comics at all.
Or read.
Oh, all right, yes, yeah, that's true.
100% the reason why you're able to read. You taught yourself with Batman comics.
They're pretty true, yeah. But my first words were Bruce Wayne.
And the second word was Darkseid. But anyway, yeah. So all of the segments are going to be based around the rivalry of Marvel and DC. So without further ado, let's get this road on the show.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain.
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Whoa! Grey was pulling us down the feet.
Poo Finger Podcast.
There's Kemp and there's Wayne and there is Mr. Neal.
Poo Finger Podcast.
Man, talking nonsense is something you wish.
Poo Finger Podcast.
Listen right now to hear Kemp talking pish.
Poo Finger Podcast.
Poo Finger Podcast. Poo Finger Podcast. Poo Finger Podcast. Poo Finger Podcast.
Who will we choose to reach the top of Mount Olympoos? First up this week, me and Kemp are sat here with big fluffy Russian-style hats on in the base camp of Mount Olympoos.
I believe the term is Cossack hat.
Don't be racist,
I
man.
don't know if that
Fucking
is actually
first segment
racist or
in, you're busting out racism.
No, I believe that's the actual term referred to, but
It's not racist because it's white on white.
This has got nothing to do with figures. We've got to do with hats.
Just stop your bigotry, man. Just fucking love all kinds.
If I am honestly completely wrong in that, and that's actually offensive, whatever, fair enough, I apologise, obviously. But I think that is the actual correct term for it.
Anyway, so here we are in base camp, looking like Rooskies, and and this week we got 6 contenders that are heading off up the mountain to see who can reach the summit and become the king. This week, obviously, Marvel versus DC. So we're going to do Marvel, well, actually, while I was trying to research this, I couldn't find any lists that would adjust for inflation. So I could encompass the entirety of movies that have been produced by these companies. Right, so from the way back when times. And I couldn't find anything accurate enough. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. We'll do MCU versus DCEU.
Ooh.
The DC Extended Universe. I believe that stands for. I don't know. It's DC. Dog shit comics. Erroneous uterus.
Do they do Latin?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
That's the Latin name for the DCEU.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what it stands for, man.
Okay.
You don't see. You're representing DC. You don't know shit.
No, it's just pretty sure I know more Latin than you.
Obviously not. So, with this subject, however, we have another problem.
Yeah.
Where we have spoken about the highest grossing MCU movies at length, multiple times.
Yeah, it's a staple.
So rather than retread the old ground, as I said in the intro, we're going to tread some new ground. And we're going to do the lowest grossing movies in these franchises.
We're going to be Anakin Skywalker in this situation.
Oh, yeah. So we're obviously going to start off. The MCU started with Iron Man. So Iron Man onwards, everything that's been released by Marvel, we're going with the lowest grossing out of all of it. Movies.
We're going up to, is it Phase 5 it's on now?
Yes.
What was the one after Quantumania?
There's not been one yet.
Oh, technically... Oh, sorry, no, I was thinking about entirety of things. So it's like Secret Invasion, I think, is actually technically the last one. But obviously that's TV series.
Yeah, we're talking movies that released in cinemas.
Yeah.
Theatres worldwide.
Yeah.
Okay. And then DC, what did that start with? The DCEU, that was Man of Steel. So that started with Man of Steel.
Oh, you go from there? Okay.
Yeah. That's the Snyderverse onwards is the DCEU.
So it was about 2006.
What was Man of Steel? Hang on. Man of Steel 2013. So it's only 10 years ago.
Oh, okay. Now, you see, I only say that quickly because, spoiler alert, I would have blocked this bit out, but apparently in the currently out Flash movie, I've heard there's a CGI Christopher Reeve Superman.
There is. There's controversy around it.
Okay, right. I was going to say, so does that not tie in from like 78 onwards?
It's now they're splitting off into the multiverse. It could be anything. But that's the same with Marvel.
There.
It's like they could bring anyone in.
Okay.
It's like Marvel brought in Patrick Stewart from Fox's X-Men. That's not MCU, so... Obviously, Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
It's bringing in the Sony characters.
Yeah.
So it all gets a little bit crazy there. But we're going from the start of these individual franchises of films.
Okay.
Okay, is everyone clear?
I don't think people at home will be, but yes, I am.
Okay, right, cool. Clear as mud. I see.
Yeah. Play along at home.
Okay, so first out of the gates, we're going for the DCEU's lowest of the low grossing movie. What do you think it is?
Currently, I think that is... I don't know if it's number 1 or number 2 with this subtitle, but is it Shazam! Fury of the Gods?
Nailed it.
Yeah, you know.
Well played. Finished with $132,205,098.
Wow.
It's the sequel to 2019 Shazam. This new film isn't just the lowest grossing film of the DCEU, it's one of the biggest box office bombs of this year so far.
Yeah.
Ooh, hurts to be a DC fan, doesn't it? Fury of the Gods opened in mid-March with a debut of merely 30 million. And things only got worse from there. The sequel sank like a rock after its first week, and it only managed to pull in $57 million in North America and a worldwide total of 132 mil.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to regurgitate this reporter's reportings because, as usual with internet reporters, they just plaster their opinion over everything and just start slating shit. Like, I can't say anything about that one because I've not seen it. The first one was okay.
I won't lie to you. I've not seen it either.
You seen the first one?
No. Yes, I did actually.
It's a perfectly forgettable movie.
Yeah, it's a It's a Channel 5 bang average film.
Yeah, it's not the greatest.
Yeah.
So, seeing as we've not seen it, it's a standard 5.
Yeah, we have to know.
5-5. You keep a score, yeah?
Yeah.
Good girl. Right. So, with that, now they're off, we'll switch over to MCU.
Okay. Switching lanes.
What do you think didn't bring in enough cash?
Ooh. I don't know if it's technically considered MCU. But...
Anything after Iron Man is MCU.
Oh, okay, fair enough then. Was it not Venom? Yeah, Venom 1.
That's Sony.
See, this is exactly what I meant. This is what I was trying to say. Okay.
MCU.
Sorry. Okay.
Fucking guy works in a comic book shop, doesn't know the difference between fucking Marvel Universe and Sony's bullshit Spider-Man universe.
No, but it was when you was to say like, it was pretty much anything after that. But yeah, I forgot.
For those at home that don't know Kemp personally, like I do, he is the literal manifestation of comic book guy from The Simpsons.
I'd say that.
To look at, and he even cosplayed as him for a free comic book day once. It was brilliant. Like, this guy is comic book guy,
because I'm
minus
have a beard.
Any of the comic book knowledge that he possesses, and he's worked in a comic book shop for the past 30 years.
Almost 24.
24?
Almost 24.
Ooh. So what's your guess, Kemp? Like an actual guess of an MCU movie? Eternals. Good shout. Wrong. It's the second entry in the MCU. The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that.
Worldwide earnings. Get this, right. So Incredible Hulk.
So is this the Edward Norton one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. Widely renowned to be the worst MCU movie. Most forgettable. People thought it was dog shit. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
I thought it's Ed Norton is the best Bruce Banner we've seen so far.
Yeah.
I think he was perfect casting for Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
Shame it all went down the way it did, whatever happened. But, given that, it still earned double what Shazam 2 has earned. And this is back in 2008.
Wow.
It brought in 264,770,996. It's the second Marvel movie. Came out in 2008. For some reason, even with that amount of cash, it's considered a flop. I'm not sure what the budget was. It's probably something to do with the budget, because they have to earn more than double what their budget was in order for it to be considered a success. To the executives, that is.
Of course.
I mean, if you make a movie for $100 million and it brings in $200 million, you still consider it a flop. What?
Yeah. What's
Like,
up your maths?
It's crazy. Fuck knows how it works. It's all a joke. We live in a clown world. But anyway, I thought it was a great film.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it. Like I've already said, fucking Ed Norton, the perfect Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
I love Stan's cameo where he drinks. That's where he drinks the radioactive blood.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Tim Roth as Abomination.
I was very surprised, but he was very good.
Abomination's design was a lot to be desired.
Yeah.
I didn't like his design. They strayed far too far away from the comic books. Yeah. I love how they redeemed it in She-Hulk, though.
I was going to say
when they redesigned him. Brilliant use of bringing him back and keeping him going. Oh, and apparently the leader is going to be in... What was it? Thunderbolts, I think. He's the enemy in Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
And it's the guy that played him in The Incredible Hulk, this movie. Because there's a scene when Tim Roth's getting the Hulk blood so he can turn into Abomination. The doctor, Samuel Stern, that he gets to do it, the guy that's been talking to Bruce online to try and get blood samples, he's the one that gives the transfusion. But if you remember in the film, he falls down, and some of the, like when Abomination goes crazy and he starts getting the shit on his head and his head starts bubbling.
Oh, yeah.
So apparently in this he's going to be full-blown leader with a gigantic head and everything. So that's good. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
There's loads of good stuff about it. I mean, it wasn't the best film ever, but it was a Hulk film.
It worked. It was an early MCU film. It worked. It was acceptable.
It had the post-credit scene.
Yeah.
I loved how it wasn't just a complete retelling of Bruce Banner's story. I really like that about the MCU, is that they don't tend to retread stuff that's already been done.
Yeah.
So like you obviously got Iron Man's origin, Captain America's, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But the Hulk we've seen before in movies. So everyone knows that Bruce Banner's, and they did the same with the MCU Spider-Man. They've not told his origins yet.
It's like, you all know.
Yeah.
We can fit more shit
He's a
into
kid
this.
that's got web shooters and he's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love how they've done that. I love that they did that with the Hulk as well, where it started off, he's on the run because he's been on a rampage and he's trying to deal with like the aftermath of that in South America, trying to hide but still help people with his doctor skills.
Yeah.
I thought it was fucking great.
Yeah.
Really good film.
Very good.
I give it, even though I'm sure we rated this in like our first Mount Olympoos, didn't we? I'll give it an 8.
I'll give it a 7.
Fair. So that means third out the gate. We've got
Back to DC.
Back to DC.
Is it Wonder Woman 1984?
It is.
Hello.
Have you Googled this shit?
I'm not gonna look. This is what I was on about off air earlier.
Oh, okay.
I only remember these two. It's a shot in the dark. We get together with all 3 DC ones.
But yes, it was the Wonder Woman 1984. 166,360,232. So it's still less than the Hulk.
Yeah, wow.
That mind-boggling to me. After the solid success of 2017's Wonder Woman, a sequel to the film seemed like a surefire bet. However, Wonder Woman 1984 ended up being the lowest grossing DCEU film at that point in time. Bad marketing, lack of enthusiasm.
Yeah.
The sequel was released in December 2020, making it one of the first major blockbusters to hit screens after the onset of the global COVID-19 pandemic. So it was full lockdown at this point. No one's allowed to go anywhere.
Yeah.
And they decided to release that movie in theatres.
Yeah, it's just...
Yeah, when you've got like 8 states that are allowing people to go to things, of course it's going to fail.
Yeah, although I don't know this, I don't know any of this type of thing, but I know Scarlett Johansson had a thing about a Black Widow film that was due to be released, I think, in lockdown as well. And because of that, they kept saying, oh, we'll just release it straight to streaming and stuff like that. We'll still charge for it. But no, because she had that clause in the contract, they didn't. I'm not saying this at all, I don't know it for certain, but maybe Gal Gadot had the same sort of thing, or...
No.
But
no, I don't think so, not as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
They're just... Warner Brothers are idiots.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers have totally mishandled all of the DC licenses. Like...
The Animaniacs loose.
Man of Steel was like, oh, it's all right. It's like, it was an all right film.
Yeah.
It's Superman. We've seen it all before.
There's a bit of Kryptonite, Loop
Yeah, the effects were pretty cool.
Yeah.
The fight at the end was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I don't remember any of it. Kevin Costner was in it as his Earth dad, and Russell Crowe as his space dad. Yeah.
Krypton dad.
Yeah. Yeah, it was all right. But then they did Batman vs Superman, brought in Batfleck. Yes, he's looking good. This is looking good.
Yeah.
Martha. Just you have something good going on, then you just completely ruin it. Casting Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor was also a massive flop. That's another good thing about Marvel. Their casting has been fucking bob on.
Absolutely.
Like every person, even if when they're announced, people, oh no, they're going to be shit as that person. They've grown to love that person.
Yeah.
It's like, what a great character. DC, no. Like they always ruin it somehow.
Whose phone numbers we got left?
Yeah. Jesse Eisenberg. The Doomsday in that was fucking dog shit. I don't know much about Doomsday, but it was the big fucking raging Hulk monster at the end that goes crazy.
Yeah, I know who Doomsday is, but I don't remember much from that film.
Oh, right.
Sorry, yeah.
Well, all I know is that they completely butchered that character.
Yeah.
And they just... Zack Snyder's a shit director. Well, I can't really say that because of what I'm going to say later on. But at the same time, he's more missed than he has hit. I'll say that.
Some people have that record, yeah.
Yeah. Wonder Woman 1984.
Like you when you get to the toilet.
Yeah. I always miss on purpose. Going back to Wonder Woman, because I could go on tangents all day long.
Oh, I will say as well, I don't want this to come across the wrong way, but Gal Gadot is a perfect choice of Wonder Woman, I think.
She looks bob on.
Yeah.
Her, Cavill, and Batfleck.
I'd accept that.
I would argue are the only good castings.
Yeah, I'd accept that.
And I've not seen it, but I'd also go for Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate.
I don't know enough about Dr. Fate.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I just love Pierce Brosnan rocking a goatee, old school, and he dons a costume.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome. But
and a helmet.
And Keaton Batman. But he wasn't really perfect casting for Batman. It's just he's perfect for that Batman.
Yeah.
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 Anyway, we're digressing again. 1984, Wonder Woman. 5 out of 10, because I've not seen it.
Yeah, not seen it. Yeah.
Write that down. So, number 4 out the gate. It's our second MCU movie. We got, what do you reckon? Lowest grossing. Second lowest grossing MCU.
Is it what I said earlier, Eternals?
Nope.
Oh my God, give me a more shot, man.
I'll give you a clue. Eternals aren't on this list.
Eternals are a good band.
Another one.
4-2.
No. 4-2. There's no movie called 4-2.
You know what I mean?
42.
No, 4 as in THMR. 2. Is it Dark World? 4 the Dark World, I believe. Dickhead.
Thor, the Dark World. Thor.
4.
Thor. Don't use your lip. Use your tongue. Do you know when you go Thor?
Yeah.
And you're putting your teeth on your bottom lip? Mm-hmm. Instead of doing that, put them on your tongue. Thor.
Okay.
What you say? So you can try it with me. Come on, we will get you speaking actual English one day.
I'm just going to laugh now, obviously, as I was saying it. Or attempt to say it anyway.
Can you do this with your tongue?
Yeah.
So put your top teeth on your tongue.
Yeah. 4. Oh, fuck.
Thor.
4.
Keep your lips away. Thor. Use your tongue only. Your teeth only touch your tongue, not your lips.
4.
Thor.
4. Fuck off. Fuck off.
Fucking tard.
Fuck off. I'm a little bit fucking under the influence and
A little bit spastic.
you're not allowed to use that one.
I do the editing. Fine. So, number 4, off up the mountain. Number 4 is Captain America, the First Avenger.
Really?
2011. What did we say Wonder Woman was? 160 mil?
Something like that.
Captain America more than doubled that with 370,569,774. It was the 5th movie in the MCU back in 2011. And it obviously told Steve Rogers' backstory when he was a little wimpy wimp in World War II. Got his steroids, which they called Vita Rays.
That was it. I was trying to know what called.
And juiced up and took on some Nazis and fought the Red Skull and then got bombed out the sky. Spoiler alert. Bombed out the sky and frozen in ice. And then he awakes at the end of the movie in New York in 2012.
Shenanigans ensue.
They do indeed. I thought it was really good. I loved it when it came out.
Yeah,
I loved every MCU movie when it came out. I was excited for this one.
Yeah.
That fucking Chris Evans as Cap. Fucking brilliant.
Fantastic casting.
Yeah. Bucky was awesome. Like the Howling Commandos. They were all awesome. Dum Dum Dugan. All the rest of it. The World War II setting. I loved how every movie, like it's way past that point, every MCU movie was a different genre of movie. So, like, you had the Iron Man one, which is like
futuristic, technological.
Yeah, your technological science fiction.
Yeah.
Sci-fi without space kind of action blockbuster movie.
I'll get that.
Like, Incredible Hulk was more of a monster movie.
Yes.
It's like a rampaging monster movie with some psychological elements, like with Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
Thor was the mythological thing, got all of Asgard, and you got Norse mythology, and like you got all the characters, the frost giants, and all that stuff. Yeah, Anthony Hopkins. Yeah, and then you had Captain America, which comes out as a World War II movie, war movie. Fucking awesome. Loved it. Loved the variation in all of them.
I loved the way it showed Steve Rogers' personality. You know, like when he's getting beat up in the alley, but he just keeps on getting up.
Yeah,
I
could do this all day.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Birthing the line that he's used in every movie since.
Yeah. A flagpole.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, nerdy Rogers, like skinny Rogers. And people knocked it for the effects. I thought the effects were fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it worked really well.
You're watching a movie, like you got to suspend your beliefs for, like while you're watching a movie and just take in what's on the screen. And if you're taking the whole rather than focusing and nitpicking on little things, if it's something glaringly obvious that pulls you out of the story, fair enough. But when it's just like a glancing thing that you kind of notice, but it doesn't bother you, like just leave it alone. You're watching a movie.
Technically, you're moaning about someone who spent millions and millions of dollars making a film about a comic strip that was once meant for children.
Yeah. This is something I keep saying to Amy all the time. Like, I read all these fucking toxic fans online and stuff, and nitpicking and having a goes at each other and stuff. And I just think, you're watching a comic book movie for kids.
Yeah.
Like, I know that they're geared more towards adults now, but kids can still watch them and enjoy them.
They're not exactly going to understand Hugo Weaving's Red Skull,
yeah,
but, you know, it's...
Back in the 80s when we were all growing up and we had like fucking Labyrinth and stuff like that come out, no one was going, oh, did you see the bad matte painting in the background on that scene? Like, oh, did you see a little bit of the rubber? Like the lips weren't in sync with the puppet master. Like, no one was like that.
That's why we were too busy with David Bowie's bulge.
Yeah, just enjoy it. Just enjoy these movies. These movies made for kids. Like, kids growing up now are fucking spoiled. So I would... Like, if I was growing up now, I'd be fucking hard on for everything Star Wars and Marvel, because it's all there to consume, like all movies. Like when I was younger, it was just comic books and Saturday morning cartoons. The only way you can get your superhero fix. Now they're fucking everywhere. Enjoy it while it's going on. Stop fucking wasting your time bickering about it and nitpicking. Like people, Ant-Man Quantumania, I watched it a few weeks ago. It wasn't the best movie. It was all right. It was good. The CGI that everyone was complaining about, I could see why they were complaining about it, but at the same time, I still enjoyed the movie. Like, I'm a little bit fatigued with the blue screen thing. Like, I think there's too much blue screen going on and not enough practical scenes being shot. Like, especially with Ant-Man. But you got to think that was made during COVID. Like, so they had all the restrictions. They rushed the VFX, like the artist didn't have enough time on it and stuff. Yeah, like, just take it for what it is. It's still an enjoyable movie. Like, I don't like there's bits in it that I didn't like visually. And like I say, I'm a bit bored of the blue screen stuff. Like, especially when it's really like Quantumania and they're in the quantum realm, so it's all fucking CGI. There's barely any acting in it whatsoever. That's fine, it is what it is. Like, don't know what's going on about.
I'm sure I remember hearing a story about Sir Ian McKellen. Apparently he had to do a scene where he was supposed to be talking to a CGI type creature. And the way we did it was literally like something out of Family Guy, you might say, like hanging a tennis ball on a bit of string for him to like visualise as a person. And apparently he had to go off set for about 10 minutes because he just says like, I can't believe this is acting anymore, or something like that. It's like, to be fair, I get that from him. That's fair enough.
If you're in a green box and you're talking to a tennis ball, how are you supposed to remote to that?
But that was it. That's what he was getting at.
Like, it's too much. They could do, because the thing is, VFX are so expensive as well. So a lot of things now, like watching Secret Invasion, I'm like, yes, they're using practical sets. Like, the majority of it is practical sets, and like it's acting. And people are like, oh, so anybody watch The Secret Invasion? It's pretty boring. It's like, yeah, but it's people like interacting. It's like a spy thriller, like a who's the Skrull, and like, so they don't have to be CGI heavy. And the money they've saved from CGI, they put by having all the practical sets, they put into the CG. And you can tell because like the VFX shots are really good. And like with the shape shifting and everything, it all looks really, and like it's all in key. It's like getting back to that level, because like we've gone from the VFX in Iron Man were awesome because they took like 3 or 4 years to make the movie, to right, we've got this set out, bam bam bam, 4 movies a year, this many TV series, we've got to, like, all the VFX houses are all like bidding for the jobs with Marvel and like DC and Sony. Like, so you got all these VFX houses, so they go for the cheapest ones. And I was reading about it, and like these VFX companies, Marvel will put out a thing, we're making a movie, we need 2,000 VFX shots, put in your price. And so obviously all these VFX companies go, I'll do it lower, I'll do it lower, blah, 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 blah. And like 2,000 VFX shots, it's never specified whether that's a half second, like 12 frames of something where they've just changed the colour of the moon in the background, or whether it's a 7-minute long full CGI sequence with explosions and flying and CGI characters. And that's obviously a ton of work. And there's 2,000 of them. There could be 2,000 half-second clips, but it's doubtful. But they're all bidding on that.
Just jobs.
Yeah, they're like, you've got 2,000 shots, right? Okay, you've won it. Okay, right, your team are going to do all these shots. You've got 9 months to do it. And then 7 months down the line, how are you getting on with all the shots? Oh, yeah, we're nearly there. Oh, yeah, by the way, we reshot half the movie. We've got this additional 1,000 shots that need doing in 3 months. That's how they work. And like, so over time, with the more and more movies they're making, burning out the VFX houses, because they're the reason, like the whole thing with it is, because they're burning themselves out, doing like 18-hour days, like to get these shots done, like 7 days a week. Because if they don't deliver, they get blacklisted from every company. So that's why there's like this big thing, because they're not unionized or anything, so they can't say no. We're not doing this. They're contracted, and if they don't fulfill the contract, they're gone. But it looks like because they're starting to realize, like with this writers' strike going on, I think they're thinking, it's only a matter of time, because the VFX guys are getting so much heat at the minute. It's only a matter of time before they unionise and strike, and then we're completely fucked, because we've got nothing. Unless you do everything practical, there's nothing could be made. So I think like they're starting to gear down, because Feige came out a couple of months ago, didn't he, and said we're slowing down the release schedule. We obviously we ramped it up with the Disney Plus and everything, and all the shows that we're making and the movies. We just realised that it's just too much in a short amount of time. We need to start taking our time over things, rather than like trying to like, right, this has to be done by April. This has to be done, but it's too much, man. So even Feige's noticed, and he's like, we'll just fucking stretch it out a bit, and hopefully the quality will go back up, and we won't have so many dickheads moaning. Anyway, it's another tangent. What were we talking about?
Sorry, I was sneeze building.
Oh, yeah. First Avenger.
Yes. Oh, sorry about that.
Was it First Avenger?
Yeah, it was Captain America First Avenger.
Okay. I give that a 9 out of 10. No. 8.5 out of 10.
I'm not going to lie to you, I originally had 7.5 out of 10, but I will up that to an 8 out of 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
So last out the gate for DC. What do you think it is? The 10th lowest grossing DCEU movie. Third to last.
I believe it's something ridiculous as Justice League. Or something...
No.
Ah.
It was... And this baffles me, right? Because it's considered a pretty major flop.
Right.
Yet they've made the writer-director, the head of DC movies.
Right.
The Suicide Squad.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, that was it. That was my thing.
It made...
I mean, not Suicide Squad, the Suicide Squad.
The Suicide Squad. The James Gunn version. The James Gunn version.
Yeah.
Which I've not seen.
I have.
Right.
Yeah.
But it made less than $1 million more than Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
$167,097,737. It was the next movie after Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Released in August 2021. So still COVID pandemic going on. It's like just over a year into the pandemic, like a year and a half. So full lockdown still. They was starting to reopen slowly, but they released it on HBO Max with no extra charge. So it doesn't factor into the equation.
Yeah, okay.
I think that's probably why it's considered successful, because I think a lot of people streamed it. So yeah, there you go. That's all of DC's movies. I've not seen The Suicide Squad. I really want to, because I really love what James Gunn did with Guardians.
Yeah.
And the first Suicide Squad, David Ayer's Suicide Squad, was fucking dog shit. It's absolutely horrendous film. That Jared Leto... Have you not seen it?
No.
The Jared Leto Joker.
I know of it, and fuck that with all that it can be fucked with.
Makes my skin crawl.
Yeah.
They just basically let him take loads of drugs and like be a method actor and be crazy and like give him grills and fucking tattoos all over, and he was just a prick.
Yeah.
Like, he was just a massive prick. I get the Joker's supposed to be a prick, but
not in that pricky way.
It just ruined him. Obviously, Margot Robbie's first turn as Harley Quinn was that movie. Mm-hmm. She's back in this one.
She nails it in this one.
She was good in the first one.
Yeah.
Like, I can see why they stuck with her, because she was good. And like, there was the scene where they introduced her, was her and the Joker, I think, escaping Batman, trying to escape Batman, the Batfleck.
Yeah.
And he comes in and kicks some ass. But, yeah, so the bits she was in were good. Other than that, the whole film is dog shit. Will Smith is Deadshot. Like,
Yeah.
what were they thinking? It's ridiculous. So the remake, I'm really looking forward to watching at some point because I've heard nothing but good things about John Cena, Sly Stallone as King Shark.
So just very quickly, just because I have seen this film with John Cena, that was my favourite part of it entirely. King Shark, yeah, absolutely fantastic. 10 out of 10 for King Shark. You'll love him, I promise you that.
Yeah.
But Cena, because I've literally grown up with the wrestling side of it for the past, I don't know, 15 or so, however long he's been doing it, maybe 20 years. And always just had to be Mr. Goody Two Shoes, never give up and all this and the other. That's the only image I've got of him in my head. I can't picture him outside of that. And to see him go from that to Peacemaker, he's the best actor of all time. He even got his own TV series because it was that well loved. And like even the intro to that with I can't remember who does it, but the intro to it where he's doing all the dancing and stuff again, it's like, that's fucking John Cena. No, I can't.
See, I'm the opposite with John Cena. I knew he was a wrestler.
Yeah.
But I don't watch wrestling. It's like, it's not my
That's
thing.
it.
I knew like his catchphrase and stuff. It was like, can't see me or something. Like,
You can't see me, yeah.
Yeah, and like, so I didn't know whether he was a heel or a palm.
No, but okay.
A knuckle.
No.
Didn't know whether it was a knuckle or a heel.
A face.
A face or a heel.
Yeah.
I'm guessing face is the good one.
Technically it's babyface, but yes.
Fuck's sake.
No, that's what I said, but
Here we
face
go.
is acceptable, yeah. I use face.
So I didn't know him from that. I knew him from I knew that he was a wrestler.
Yeah.
And then he started getting like little bit parts, like little side roles in stuff.
Yeah.
And
Fast and Furious or whatever it was.
I didn't see him in that. It was a comedy I saw him in. I think it was something where there's two sets of parents and their kids have gone to like a frat party or something.
Yeah.
And he's one of the parents.
That sounds
And he's
right.
he's fucking hilarious. And I've seen him in loads of little bit parts like that. And he's always been good. I'm like, Joe, you know what? He's good. He's good fun to watch. He's got a good screen presence. And but hearing that him in Peacemaker is so good. Because have you seen, there's a clip of him where he plays a drug dealer in a movie. I can't remember what movie it was. But he's like basically says, "Oh, what is it you want?" And they're like, "Oh, well, I don't know, I might want a little bit of weed." And he's like, "Oh, okay, well, just shout up." And he like opens this briefcase. And he's like, "Because I've got weed, I've got salvia indicas." He's like, "I've got sativas, salvia, black mamba, and then if you want something a bit like different, I've got Percocets, got ketamine, I've got Quaaludes, I've got this and that." And he's just basically emptying this massive case full of drugs, and it's really funny. But yeah, so I want to watch it, but I've got to give it a 5 because I've not seen it.
That's fair. I personally will give that a 8, a solid 8.5. Sorry, solid 8.5.
Fair.
We had it up.
And that leaves us with the last Marvel movie and the lowest grossing of the Marvel movies.
Ooh,
Eternals?
I wanted to say that just for shits and gigs. Would it be? I really hope it's Iron Man 3, but I know it's not going to be. It's going to be a surprise.
I think that did over $1 billion.
That's fucking annoying.
I think that was like up to that point the highest grossing Marvel movie, if I remember rightly.
Nah, go on, put me out of misery.
Black Widow.
Oh, that's a shame.
Have you seen it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
quite enjoyed it.
it was all right. Had some good character introductions.
Yeah,
Like I loved them bringing in Yelena.
and that was really good. Yeah,
Because she had surprised me how good. Because I thought in the trailers and like the press photos and stuff, I was like, she looks really fucking annoying. Like just like moody and sultry, but like seeing like the dynamic between her and Natasha was really good.
it was.
I think it's a shame that it was brought out after her death. They should have stuck with the original schedule and brought it out before Endgame.
Yeah,
Which is what they were going to do. It was going to be between Infinity War and Endgame, I think, the original release date. And they should have done that because it would have given that so much more weight, like that death at the end.
Yeah.
I thought Red Guardian was brilliant.
I was trying to remember his name, Red Guardian.
He was my favourite in the whole thing.
12 out of 10.
Ray Winston should not ever be attempting a Russian accent or any accent other than Cockney. Like, he was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Everyone was raging about what they did to Taskmaster, having like it was like the speechless, mute female, gender swapped, blah 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 blah. They did do dirty on Taskmaster.
They Deadpooled her.
They did Deadpool. Well, him.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
I don't care about race gender swapping, but just keep the characteristics of the character. Like, it doesn't matter if it's race swapping, gender swapping, whatever. Like, species swapping.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter as long as you keep the elements of the character that make them that character.
Yeah.
Like, just keep them bits in. Like, Taskmaster, he's a Deadpool character. He's like, not literally he's a Deadpool, he's a Deadpool-like character.
Yeah.
Where he's gobby and like witty comebacks and stuff, and his powers are awesome that he can see someone do something and instantly mimic it. Like, which they kind of do in the movie, but she's programmed to know all the moves.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they should have just, like, but that aside, I wasn't, because Taskmaster didn't have that much screen time, I wasn't really that bothered about Taskmaster and what the changes they did. But Ray Winston's fucking Russian accent was the worst thing about the entire movie, and it was winding me up all the way through. I just couldn't take him seriously.
Yeah.
He was just fucking awful. Suffered from some CGI mishaps, some dodgy explosions and shit, especially in the prison escape scene.
Yeah.
You alright?
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully. I do apologise.
Don't be doing this all the way through, man. Do you want me to go get you some medicine again?
No, I'm good. Sorry, I'm doing my very best not to be. I'm sorry, just all of a sudden, just I know it's just come on. Yeah, carry on. Sorry.
Have I said what it earned?
No, I don't believe you did.
$379,751,655.
Unless your film cost that plus $1 to make, that's a success.
Yep.
It's made more money than we'll ever think about.
Yep.
You know.
But to these big companies, that's not good enough.
That's diabolical.
I should have researched into like the budgets of these movies as well. So like, because
for the comparison,
if say that cost $250 million to make and they only made $100 million on top, so I kind and they because they have to double it in order to be considered a success. So then you can see, oh yeah, I kind of see why they're not so keen on that one.
Yeah,
but that's 300 odd million, man.
It's stupid.
370 million. Oh, it didn't make $1 billion. So what? Like, you bought yourself a new house with with what it's made. Yeah. Like, oh, come on, people. And you're making 4 of these a year.
Idiots.
And you complain when it's not $1 billion. Because just think, though, like, what was it?
You've only got one extra story on your house.
What was it we had in the highest grossing? I think Avengers Endgame was like 3.08 billion or something.
Yeah, something like that. That's
ludicrous.
Yeah.
And like...
So if over half the planet paid $1 each.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
The amount of money these things make, and they're making that on a yearly basis.
Yeah.
Like $3 billion. And it probably cost what? It was a massive thing. I think it was probably like 700 million to make that one movie.
Yeah, easily.
Something ridiculous like that. But 3 billion, man. Yet they want more. More, give us more.
Greedy bastards.
So yeah, was that the last one out the gate?
It was, but we do need to rate it.
Oh yeah, what are your opinions on Black Widow?
I really enjoyed it, in all honesty. Exactly the same reasons you said. I was really intrigued by the Red Room bit because I knew about that from comics, and
I like how they played that story out.
That worked really well, yeah.
I like how they went with the whole sterilisation thing as well. That was pretty dark, like, because that was always a dark thing in the comics. I've said before that I'm not a massive fan of the Black Widow comics, but I think on screen she's been done really well.
Yeah.
Plus it's Scarlett Johansson
With all due respect to
in a tight leather catsuit for the majority of it. Can't go wrong.
Woof.
That scene in the first Avengers movie when she's being interrogated on the chair.
Oh, yeah,
She fucks all those Russian dudes up. Just what a great introduction to her. And it's just a shame that they released it after Endgame. I think it would have been so much better to release it before. I would give it 6.5.
I'll give it a 7.
Fair. So there we go. They've all left the base camp. Where are they going? How far are they getting?
Yeah.
Oh, Kemp's just doing some head maths.
Quick maths.
So, let's get the binoculars out, Kemp.
Okay.
Let's have a little peek. We'll share one side of the binoculars each.
Oh, wicked. We're going to have a cuddle.
Oh, yeah. A cuddle with a struggle.
Ooh. Working our way up the mountain, first two that we come across, both on the DC side of things.
Oh, we've got a tie, have we?
We've got a tie.
Ooh, both DC.
Both DC.
Shock.
Yeah. To be fair, though, it's both films that we haven't seen.
Oh, okay.
So, Shazam 2 and Wonder Woman 1984, both with 10 points each.
Fair enough. You shit. Stay there in the snow. Don't darken my door again.
Right, next two, working our way further up, another tie.
Oh, a bow tie.
A bow tie. A tie of ties. Both with 13.5. The Suicide Squad and Black Widow.
Yep, fair.
I'm still surprised the Suicide Squad is on that list. It made such a good fucking film.
This is the problem with Warner Brothers
making
these movies, because if I remember right, no, Black Widow wasn't quite pandemic stages, but Marvel just changed their way of doing things.
Yeah.
Changed their release schedule and stuff. They're like, right, no, they're not going to like it, but we're going to hold off putting these movies out. We're going to make sure we can do them properly at a later date. They drip fed us Disney Plus stuff, and obviously had the Star Wars stuff as well.
Yeah.
But Warner Brothers were like, well, we need to release this movie. Yeah, but no one's allowed out of their homes and no one's opening theatres. Yeah, we'll just release it anyway. It's going to make money because it's Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
You fucking idiot. They're blind. They're so fucking blind to reality that they believed that it would have made money. No, just change your strategy. You love money. Yeah? That's why you make these things in the first place. Because you don't care about how it's made as long as you have the money.
Yeah.
At the end of it. There's a pandemic on. Everyone's in lockdown. They're not going to spend their money on it unless you release it in a different way.
Yeah, just put two and two together, lads.
It really angers me that a lot of rich people are really fucking dumb and don't deserve it.
That's it.
It's they're dumb, selfish idiots, but somehow they're rich and they never have to worry about money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it boggles my mind, man. Oh, anywho, I'm digressing. Sorry,
just very quickly to touch on that very last note that you said. That's what I love about Alan Sugar. I know he's a little bit of a bastard by his own admission.
Yeah, he's a bit of a cock, but
I've said it before, you will know about this as soon as I say it, but when he was making his fortune, asked how he made his fortune, and he said, oh, well, there was a shop near me, we used to sell nuts and bolts for 50p each, and what I used to do, I used to sell them as a pair for £1.50, and then my uncle died and left me 500 million quid. And it's like, fair enough, at least he's honest about it.
Yeah. But when you're running something like Warner Brothers,
yeah,
and you're dumb,
an empire.
Alan Sugar's actually got brains. Regardless of his opinions and his views on things, he's got to where he is. He's had that big handout, but he's honest about it. Yeah, and he's not a dumb guy. He cracks on, but the people who run Warner Brothers, you're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And then they'll probably say, oh, well, Wonder Woman's done now. We need to reboot everything.
Yeah.
Because she didn't make enough money. They don't look at the facts and go, oh, wait a minute, no, that's the glaringly obvious reason why it didn't make any money. Fucking blinkered. Anyway, back to the mountain. We've got 2 more contenders left.
So we have. Where we gone a little bit further up, we have Hulk, the Incredible Hulk, with 15 points.
Number 2.
Yeah, number 2.
He nearly got to the top.
Very nearly.
That was Edward Norton having creative differences with the producers.
Okay.
That stopped him getting to the top. Stopped him being Bruce Banner as well. Fucking idiot.
I'm not going to lie, I do like Ruffalo.
He's grown on me.
Yeah.
Initially,
yes.
I didn't like him. I was like, no, because Ed Norton was just too perfect as Bruce Banner.
Oh, I won't say perfect.
He was perfect. And so far, as near as you can get to being a comic accurate Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
I think Ed Norton was nailing it because he's nerdy, but he's also kind of like, because at that stage in his story as well, he's like on the run, he's been doing yoga and stuff.
Yeah.
Which, fun fact, he was trained by one of the most famous judo fighters in the world.
Sir John Judo.
That's the one. To do the breathing exercises. So when he's calming his heart rate and everything.
Yeah.
That was all for real exercises.
Ooh.
Trained by the judo master.
Nice. Well, at the top of the mountain.
Victorious.
This week, we have Captain America 1 with 16.5.
Quite rightly so.
Yeah, absolutely. That deserves to be nowhere near the bottom of that list. Those lists even.
Definitely. It's a great film. Everything in the MCU has been great.
Yeah.
It's just... Yeah. It's either perfectly watchable or fucking awesome. That's the radius that you've got to work with when it comes to Marvel movies.
Yeah.
It's either going to be good and you're going to enjoy it,
yeah,
or it's going to be mind-blowing and it's going to stay with you forever.
Yeah.
And it's going to make your childhood dreams come true. With DC, you've got either shit or fucking utter shit.
Yeah, it's fucking god-awful to barely watchable.
And there's no reason for it other than the people that fund these things and make them and their stupid ideas and not knowing their audience. Marvel have got the Feige.
Yeah.
He knows what fans want because he's a fan. Warner Brothers, I don't know who's running it. Obviously, they've handed the reins to James Gunn because they've finally, after 10 years of fucking throwing money down the toilet, realised we need a Feige in DC. Oh, James Gunn has been one of the most successful directors over there at Marvel and has a big say. Let's get him in. Yeah. Hopefully he can shake things up and we can revamp. That's the thing. The MCU's never had a revamp. Like, start again.
No, you're
Clean
right.
slate. Like, the DCEU have tried to do it with... They did it with Suicide Squad, for starters, with James Gunn, ironically enough. Like, rebooted it. Like, it's a soft reboot. Yeah. No, you're doing it again because the first one was so shit and everyone hates it. And now they've got him in to oversee everything. They're like, let's do a soft reboot of everything, starting with The Flash. Yeah. It's the only reason The Flash is being released after the whole Ezra Miller thing and like his they-them's shenanigans.
Yeah.
The only reason they're releasing it is because it's going to be the start of the reboot. And they've pumped all that money into it. Yeah, they're like, oh, this is the way we're going to reboot everything. And, like, we need to stick with it, else it's all going to fall apart. And so already you're seeing that it's falling apart.
Yeah.
Because they've been forced to release that with they, them. And apparently it's not looking good for The Flash. Because... Yeah. And even though they tried the hardest with the carpet bombing of reviews saying, oh, it's the best superhero movie ever made, blah, 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 blah. Everyone I've spoken to that's watched it, granted that's just Lee Neal, has said, it's all right.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Like, and all like the real people on the internet are like, yeah, it's okay. It's not the best film ever made. Like... but it's perfectly watchable.
I'm loving it a bit too much because of the old Keaton Mats.
Well, it's the Warner Brothers attempt at fucking getting the money from people.
Yeah,
it's like they're desperately trying to get that Marvel money, but they're just not doing it well because they're not making good movies. They're not making good decisions. But yeah, they're still throwing money at it purely because Marvel's still going. If the Marvel universe had declined at any point, then DC would have pulled out and started making another. Because it's the whole what's the in thing? What are people going to see? It's like the 90s was disaster movies.
Yeah.
Volcanoes, tornadoes, fucking the world's going to end.
Yeah.
80s was action movies, action heroes, Sly Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
RoboCop.
The late noughties and the 10s and 20s now are all superheroes. They're the big money makers.
Yeah.
So until one of them gives, Warner Bros. Are going to keep making shit.
Yeah. Sad truth.
Yeah. So anyway, a lot of tangents there. Over an hour we've been waffling about these movies. But Captain America is a rightful winner.
Yeah, absolutely so.
Of the lowest grossing movies of both franchises.
It's the best of a mostly unfortunate bad bunch.
But even then, the Marvel movies have all been at that good level, if not better.
I still can't believe Iron Man 3's got over $1 billion. That's fucking unreal.
I think it was the first Marvel movie to make over $1 billion.
That was the
if
first.
I remember rightly.
Oh, that has been even more. That was the first Marvel film I genuinely just did not like.
When it came out
The
and I first
concept,
watched
yes.
it, I absolutely hated it.
Sorry.
Because on the lead up to it, it was like they're using extremists. Yes, that's my favourite Iron Man story. It's fucking brilliant. Like this is going to be so good. Disney had just bought out Marvel as well at that point.
Yeah.
So it was the first Disney produced Marvel movie. And I went and watched it. I was like, no, they let all the fingers in the pie.
Yes.
That movie is a prime example of what happens when a big company like that buys something and goes, oh, yeah, but my nephew Greg, my billionaire nephew Greg, who's 8, he'd really like to see Iron Man do this. And then the people making it go, oh, yeah, no, but that's not part of the story. They're like, do you want me to pull the funding? Do it. And then
there's a billionaire.
And then they did that, put out Iron Man 3. To me, when I first watched it, it was abysmal. It was one of the worst movies I'd ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And they'd ruined such a good thing. They were doing so well and getting better and better, and then bam, Iron Man 3 fucking nearly broke my heart. But luckily, they recognised it straight away, and Feige was like, nah, putting my foot down. That's not happening again. And then from then on, you got less of them fingers in the pie. The fingers started getting taken out, got back on track. I've rewatched it a couple of years ago and told myself, watch it with a clear mind. Because I was watching the 3 stories that they were tearing shit from, that they smashed together loosely to sell merchandise.
Yeah.
Take myself away from it, disconnect from the comic book universe. And just, there was the first time I looked at the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a separate timeline. So it's like the multiverse, just a separate strand.
Yeah.
And like it's its own thing, it's its own stories. And I rewatched it with that in mind. It was a decent film.
Okay.
It was all right. That was like my second watching. I've only watched it twice. First time, hated it, never wanted to touch it again. I think I was giving the MCU a rewatch running up to Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah.
And
I did that.
Yeah, watched it with the open mind. I was like, actually, it's got some really good bits in it. There's some cool stuff in that film.
There's little bits.
All the suits coming in at the end as well.
Yeah.
And he's finally able to control the suit with his mind and all that kind of business. The nanotech stuff's coming into it. It brings in some good elements.
Yeah.
And it's a decent film. That's why I say, like, MCU, it's either good or mind-blowing, and that's one of the ones that are on the good level. It was originally the only MCU movie that I've seen that was below good. But the rewatching with an open mind bumped it up to good again.
Okay, I need to try that.
So play along at home. What was your favourite out of all of them stinking DC films?
I hope it's Captain America, because it deserves to win.
And if it wasn't, then you need to go back in time to the 40s and 50s and get yourself a full frontal lobotomy through the eye socket. There you go.
I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy.
See, Cap's up there. He's shaking. He's got some frostbite, but he can do this all day. Boom.
On your left.
Until next time, Explorer Fingerers. Explorers?
I don't know, that sounds a bit too sexy.
Top, tippity top. It's a tippity top 3.
Oh, have you heard my new song?
No?
When the moon hits your knees and you mispronounce trees, sycamore.
Top 3 for this week's top 3. It's gonna be a little bit crazy. So I'm gonna pick my 3 favourite DC movies, if there are any, and Kemp's gonna pick his 3 favourite Marvel movies.
Yes.
Is that correct? Is that
Yes.
what we agreed upon? You're looking at me confused.
But I don't know, I'm not confused. That's my natural. I'm always confused.
True that, bro.
But I cannot choose a Avengers film.
Yeah. Oh, yes. We have a clause in yours.
Yes.
Because of the familiar ground, Kemp can't choose any movie that has Avengers in the title.
If it's got the first Avenger, for example, that's fine.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
I can't have, for example, Avengers Age of Ultron.
Exactly. Or Avengers Assemble, or any ensemble movie that's about the Avengers, Kemp can't choose.
Yeah.
It could be a movie that includes Avengers characters such as Civil War, which is basically Avengers
Is it Captain America
2.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Captain America movie. So with that in mind,
Play along at home.
play along at home. Rock, paper, scissors, poo.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Rock, paper, scissors, poo. Ooh, Kemp nailed it first time. Wrapped his paper round my stone fist.
Your poo fist.
My poo fist.
Good name for a band, that.
Kemp wrapped his poo paper round my poo fist.
Okay, so I have basically gone for just how much these films surprised me with how good they were, more than anything. Rather than go for outright like, oh yeah, Civil War because it's just fucking amazing and mind-blowing, whatever. I went for my list being just films that I thought let's say I didn't know anything about these characters. Oh, it was one of the best films I've seen.
Surprise
in the
hits.
series, yeah.
Yeah.
So, starting off, Guardians of the Galaxy. I knew absolutely nothing about Guardians of the Galaxy before it came out. It was one of the first Marvel films I did see in the cinema. When I say first, it could have been like my third Marvel film I've seen in the cinema. But you get my point. But I instantly loved it. Everything was great about it. It had a comedy element that stuck through with the series and worked so well. But then it had the serious side of it, with him at the end. With start and the end.
It cranked up the Marvel comedy a notch.
Yes.
But still kept it Marvel comedy because they've got that formula of being able, no matter what, like we said before, they've got so many different genres of movies.
Yeah.
Yet they still have that formula. There's still a formula to them.
Yeah.
And they've all got that humour. And like...
The appeal.
Appeal, that's it. The appeal to children. They've all got that somewhere along, like, during the whatever you're watching.
Yeah.
And so it appeals to everyone. And I think Guardians, because like yourself, I didn't know much about them, but I had read a couple of runs. I think it was Dan Abnett.
Yeah.
Was it 2010
Abnett
run? Have you?
Yeah, he comes to the shop a few times with his
Really?
wife. Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Perks of being a comic book guy.
Yeah. Friends in high places.
Yeah, bro. So I'd read bits of the characters that were being used in the film, because obviously Guardians of the Galaxy is completely different characters from the conception, barring Yondu, but that is a completely different portrayal of Yondu.
Yeah.
He's got the big mohawk and the quiver and the bow with the magic arrow. So I knew of the original lineup, but I also knew that the stories that I'd read were the characters they were going to use.
Yeah.
And I thought it was such a curveball for Marvel and such a massive risk. It's
Yeah.
like they've gone Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk,
Household names.
Avengers. And then they're like, oh yeah, and then for our next big feat, Guardians of the Galaxy, and everyone's like, what?
Vin Diesel's a tree. What?
Yeah. All he says is, I am Groot. Like,
Fucking
for people that have that only know the MCU and have no connection to comic books whatsoever, that must have been fucking mind melting.
Yeah.
Because to me, I was like, holy shit, what? They're making Guardians of the Galaxy names. Like, they could have done so many different massive characters. They had loads to choose from.
Yeah.
Like, bigger names, like bigger brands.
Yeah.
They could have brought in more Avengers, done more Avengers stories. But yeah, they were like, Guardians of the Galaxy, this is the next big thing. I was like, what the fuck? And it was, from the opening scene, a roller coaster ride of awesomeness all the way through to the end.
Yeah.
From start to end. Like, the minute the music starts, doom, 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 doom. Hey, hey, what the matter with you? Hey now, I say hey now, baby, yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
And the visual style, I mean, it was all CG. Like, there was barely any practical stuff. I think a lot of the prison scene was practical. There was some practical sets, but obviously it's a big space adventure. It was the first MCU cosmic adventure.
Yeah, but that's an important word, cosmic.
Yeah, it was bringing in the because I see the Marvel universe, the Marvel comic universe, as separate things. So you got like the street level heroes, so Spider-Man, Daredevil,
Luke Cage,
yeah. You've got the Earth's mightiest heroes, the Avengers.
Yeah.
You've got the mutants, the X-Men.
Yeah.
And you've got Fantastic Four. But then you have a completely separate element, which is the cosmic element, which is, I'd known all the Avengers and X-Men and the Earth-based heroes. They're the ones that I grew up with. I never really delved into the cosmic side. I knew a bit about Ghost Rider and Galactus through Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I didn't really have any interest in the cosmic comics, the cosmic side of the MCU. And for them to use Guardians of the Galaxy to introduce us to that was fucking genius. It was just brilliant. Because up until that point, you're like, they've had a few mishaps along the way in the MCU, but they're pretty much hitting the nail every time. Yeah. Like, there's some like odd bits. And then for them to announce Guardians of the Galaxy, I was like, this is going to be the end of the MCU. Like, that's it, it's over. We're done.
Yeah.
Like, as much as I wanted this to go on, it's over now, because that's going to flop. Everyone's going to say superhero movies is shit. But it did the exact opposite. Yeah. It just boosted everything.
I will admit, Chris Pratt was a perfect Star-Lord.
Because I was a big fan of Parks and Rec.
Yeah, this is it.
And I knew him from that, and obviously chubby Andy Dwyer, and he's going through. But then I think it was like season 6 or 7 was when he started beefing up for Star-Lord in Parks and Rec. And so all of a sudden he's like, you get the season of Parks and Rec open, you're expecting big, chubby, goofy Andy, and he's goofy Andy, but he's fucking Tonk. And I was like, whoa, holy shit. And that was before Guardians came out, so I was like, oh, he's putting in the effort for this. It was fucking brilliant.
It's a reverse Fat Mac from It's Always Sunny.
Yeah. Well, it is the thing that gets me about Fat Mac was that it was so out of the blue for a series, because he's always been skinny. Yeah. To all of a sudden just be fat, and it was actual fat, and he'd put on all the weight. I remember him talking about it. He was just like, I just did it just for fun. I thought it'd be funny, and it'd be funny for the show, so I just got really fat. But then the series after that is when he's super ripped. Yeah. When he did like the Pride Festival and stuff. Yeah. And he's got his top off and he's just shredded. I was like, oh, you bastards. But yeah, Chris Pratt is a prime example. He's real life Mac. Yeah. But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, good shout. Yeah. Can't fault you on that.
Fair play.
Actors nailing it. Soundtrack nailing it, visuals nailing it, director nailing it. It's a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, even though we're not rated.
Okay, second on my list is Ant-Man. First one. because I had, coincidentally, before Ant-Man got announced, just read a couple of Ant-Man storylines, as in the slightly newer ones, Scott Lang stuff.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed them. I thought, yeah, that's quite a good idea. And the idea was that one of them was he is ex-con. No. Oh, I can't remember precisely. Is he ex-con? Yeah, that's a burglar, sorry, yeah. And he's trying to set up some sort of security firm, and he's got a load of old mates over or something like that who happen to be ex-cons, but we're trying to go legit, and it's all going wrong, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But...
street level hero.
Again, yeah. But Ant-Man got announced, and I thought, what's all this about? And I won't lie, I think I might have, let's say, found a copy of a film on the internet first, because I wasn't too sure about it. Watched it, and I thought, you know what, I am going to go see this in cinema. It's really good. So I did, and it had no right to be as good as it was. A particular scene is right near the end of it where we're having a big scrap, and it's Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah, I knew that's what you were going to say. The Thomas the Tank Engine scene is genius.
That absolutely murdered me.
The high octane, intense battle on a train, like this, and then when it pans out, it's just the train. Click, it falls off the track. It's gearing up to be this massive collision explosion.
Yeah.
It's fucking brilliant. It's so good.
It's 12 out of 10. Yeah, that film had no right to be as good as it was. Even like when he does all the stupid little magic tricks to Cassie and...
Yeah.
Jimmy...
Because he's on house arrest, he's trying to learn them all, isn't he? He's trying to learn all the tricks. No, that's the second one, isn't it?
Oh, was it the second one? I thought he did a couple in the first one.
Oh no, it could be the first one. And then the post-credit scene is the ant on the drums with the tag on his leg.
I forgot about that, yeah.
Giant ant.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always knew the stories I'd always read of Ant-Man were the Hank Pym version.
Yeah.
So the Avenger, one of the founding Avengers. This is the thing. This is a big popular misconception.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because since the Ultimate reboot, which is a separate timeline to the main Marvel 616 universe in the comics, he was a wife-beating piece of shit. And he beat up Janet Van Dyne. However, before that reboot, he didn't.
Really?
He was always a good guy. Apart from the Ultron shit.
Yeah.
Like, went a bit wavy. He'd, like, gone bad and good, and, like, cause obviously there's, like, 40 years worth of comics before the Ultimates, but when the Ultimates rebooted him and made him a piece of shit, that's the version that everyone sees. So everyone thinks of Hank Pym as being a piece of shit.
I'm sure there must be something, because it's been talked about so much. I mean, I remember the Ultimate Universe. I was there for the boot of it. Yeah, I'm sure I heard about it before that.
I think there might have been, because obviously created in the 60s, I think there was a bit, an air of misogyny about him. And I think there might have been a couple of times where he was a bit, like, for today's standards, too much. And I think the Ultimates took that part of him and exaggerated him.
Amplified it.
It's Mark Miller, so edgelord, King. Yeah, he pushed it to the extremes with him physically abusing Jan.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'd always known Henry Pym, Hank Pym, whatever you want to call him. It's Henry or Hank, whichever one you want, whichever one he goes by at the time. He's always been my Ant-Man. I never really read a lot of Scott Lang, unless like he just randomly appeared in an off issue of something I was reading, like New Avengers or something.
Yeah, just randomly crops up.
Yeah. So I didn't really know a lot about him. And again, like with Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man, when they announced that was the next big movie that they were bringing, I was like, really? So I think this was post-Age of Ultron, wasn't it? And pre-Civil War. Because in Civil War, he was already established from the first movie.
Yeah.
Yes, because
Tony went to see him.
Yeah. Because that's why he's on house arrest in the second movie.
Yeah.
From after Civil War and being captured and put in the raft.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. That's the one. But yeah, like you say, it was fucking brilliant. I loved how because they've been getting bigger and bigger with the movies, like with Age of Ultron and stuff, like dropping a whole city out the sky and destroy the planet. Yeah. And all these massive threats that were going on. And then to go to Ant-Man, where it's a heist movie. It's just really good. Like the comedy's spot on. You got Paul Rudd as the main dude. fucking brilliant.
Again, at first, you wouldn't think, like, you know,
Yeah, he
okay,
ripped
that's
up.
a bit of a strange choice, but then, yeah, knocks it out of
But
the park.
makes absolute sense. Like, Marvel's casting has been fucking
Yeah,
chef's kiss.
we'll say it before, we'll say it again.
Yeah. So sorry, that's your number. Fucking hell,
That's all
I keep going. This is what I mean. I keep going on tangents. We're on 24 minutes already.
Okay.
Bullshit.
Well, my last choice, I'll have to explain it a tiny bit, but any of the Spider-Man films. And it sounds daft because you expect Spider-Man to be one of some of the great films anyway. But
Only what? Are you talking about the Tom Holland trilogy?
yes, Tom Holland.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I was about to get pedantic on that and start getting off on you about Sony.
No, that's fair. But no, basically any of the Tom Holland trilogy. Tom Holland is a fantastic Peter Parker and an even better Spider-Man.
Spot on.
Apparently he's taking a year off or something like that. Absolutely fair enough.
Fair enough.
Set
Do
to
it. Yeah.
if it means
Take
it,
as long as you need until
Yeah.
the next Spidey movie. And yeah, like you had, obviously, you can't talk about Spider-Man without talking about the OGs.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. He was a brilliant Peter Parker, even though he looked far too old. He was clearly a 30-year-old playing a 16-year-old.
Reverse. What's his name?
Funny joke, man.
Michael Cera. Yeah.
Right, okay. Oh, right, okay, because he's like 40 but looks about 12 still.
Yeah.
Right, okay, I get you.
Ah.
I knew that. Good joke, man. Ha
Uh,
ha.
you can edit about that.
I'm keeping that in. Yeah, but I didn't really like his Spider-Man. His quips were up to scratch. Andrew Garfield, fucking embarrassing Peter Parker, but brilliant Spider-Man.
I don't know, he had a couple of moments as Peter Parker.
He was too goofy and like trying to be cool and stuff, and it just I didn't like his Peter Parker. But his Spider-Man was brilliant.
Yeah.
Like the quips and everything was spot on. And then Tom Holland is just perfect for both.
Yeah.
It's like MCU again, casting, boom. Here's your Spider-Man. Yes, he is my Spider-Man forever.
Yeah.
Like, he is the Hugh Jackman of the Spider-Man character.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Yeah.
He's up there along with Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, Patrick Stewart,
Yeah.
anyone, Robert Downey Jr.
Sorry, I know you don't like football chat, but I find it amazing to believe that Fat Mac in Deadpool alone fucking Wrexham.
That's funny.
It's quite, and they fucking won promotion as
As
well.
much as I hate football,
Yeah.
I kind of want to watch their documentary on Disney Plus.
Seriously, man. Watch that, then the Sunderland one. The Sunderland one's amazing.
Well, no, I'm not going to get
Should.
stray far from Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney.
Yeah, fair.
Fuck are you? But yeah, good picks, man.
Yeah.
And like, could you, if you were to pick one out of those three Tom Holland movies, which one's the best?
I'll say I can't remember the order of it, but the first one out of the three was really good.
Homecoming
Homecoming, that was it, thank you.
with Vulture, Michael Keaton.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, no, I've got that wrong way around.
Far From Home, Mysterio,
Mysterio, thank you, yeah, sorry.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yes, that I liked more than I should have. I thought Mysterio actually worked quite well.
I liked that take on Mysterio.
It
That was
worked.
really good.
Yeah.
Because the whole visual effects guy and like doing it all himself and Master of Illusion, that I don't think that would play well into the MCU. The way they brought him in with him being another Stark reject to make it that connection between him, Stark, and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I thought that was some clever shit, and using the drones and the effects team.
Yeah, it was very good.
That was good. They made such a good use, like expanding on a callback. That's what I like about Marvel, is like they can take something that's already been said or done in one of the previous movies or TV shows and then stretch that into a full-blown character.
Yeah.
Like, here's Mysterio. It's from a 4-minute clip from, was it Civil War? Yeah, it was Civil War.
Yeah.
Where Tony shows up and he's got the de-aged hologram of
Yeah,
himself.
at the start, yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's projecting his memories into a 3D thing.
Yeah.
And because he called it Barf, for short, for whatever it was, and made a mockery, he's like, yeah, I've just pissed up $3 billion on this project. And they've taken that and then taken Gyllenhaal as like the head of the team that researched and created that technology.
Yeah.
And so he's like, he fucking shat on us and like cut all our funding. So I'm going to take the technology I made for you and fucking turn it into a villain.
Yeah.
Awesome idea.
Good concept. But yeah, so that's my three.
Good shout. So you're saying Far From Home's the best? Or No Way Home?
Yeah. I would say No Way hang on. Was No Way Home one of all three of them?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
That's the best one.
My brain's fucking, adult tonight. Yeah, that one was astonishing.
That was boner material.
Yeah, League of His Own material. That one was the best, sorry. Absolutely, by far.
Willem Dafoe.
Just see them all come back. Yeah,
he was such a good Green Goblin in that original Raimi movie.
Yeah, Alfred Molina was Doc Ock again. Hello, Peter.
Willem Dafoe just cranked it up a notch, though. He was so good.
Yeah.
And I like how their characters got a bit of redemption.
Yeah.
Apart from Lizard, who didn't really have a lot going on. But I liked Electro, how he was like a variant Electro. And Sandman as well.
Yeah.
Sandman coming back.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
It was really good.
Everything was handled right. There wasn't too much of this or too little of that. It was all worked quite well.
It met all the expectations.
Yeah.
Like all the rumours, like, because of the internet tainting everything nowadays and leaking shit left, right and centre.
Yeah.
Like, obviously got leaked that Toby and Andrew were going to be in it.
Yeah.
And they're going to be doing their Spideys and it's going to be a big multiversal thing. Doctor Strange is in it.
Yeah.
And, yeah. But I like how Marvel use that to their favour. And they're like, we're not going to say whether they're in it or not. You just have to wait and see it for yourself. And then they bring it out. You're like, holy shit. That is everything I wanted it to be and more.
Yeah. Yeah. It gets your hopes up without getting them up too much.
It's got the nostalgia, it's well written, it's got twists and turns that you don't expect, even though you know they're all going to be in it.
When we're all comparing like a web series, like, oh, wait, so yours are organic? He's like, yeah, why aren't yours? He's like, no.
It's like, what? They don't come out your wrist. Like, you have to make them. What? What happens if you run out? It's like, I don't run out. That always happens from time to time. I love all the nods back to their movies.
Yeah.
I think the biggest, most memorable, like hair-raising moment for me, like spine-tingling moment, was when Ned opened that first portal and Andrew Garfield came through.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I was like, oh my word, that is so awesome.
Yeah.
And then
a door had been opened as well.
Then he opens the second one and fucking Toby walks in and he's not in his suit. He's just Toby.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man. So I wanted to cry at that moment. Like, especially when they start interacting with each other as well. Because that was perfect too. Because they kept to how their characters in their individual movies were. Like, they kept them personalities, but
really
they worked
surprising.
so well. Like, they didn't have to alter anything. It was funny and it was like, it was heartwarming, man.
It was.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Good shout.
Cool.
So there you go. Your Marvel movies.
Indeed. I believe it's time for you to regale me with your DC choices.
Well, as you know, I may have mentioned once or twice before on this programme and in life in general, DC is a bag of dicks. However,
DC dick chest.
like, overall, I can't stand DC, but there are some exceptions. So my first one, I'm going to go with the obvious, 89 Batman.
Yay.
Michael Keaton, childhood memories. Like, I had the action figures. I watched it so many times. I loved it. Fell in love with Jack Nicholson. Fell in love with Michael Keaton at an early age. I could still watch it now. It started my love for Tim Burton.
Yeah.
And, like, I've watched pretty much everything he's made since. Yeah, just Great movie. What more can you say?
Yeah,
Prince soundtrack. It's got everything. Like, the only thing I didn't like, even as a kid, because obviously I was 4 when it came out, so I was probably like 5 or 6 when I finally got around to watching it on the television, was the non-movable head.
It was a bit frustrating, that.
That rubber suit, like, looks the part, looks the kiddie. It's fucking Batman. It's the definitive on-screen Batman.
Yeah.
And it was the moment it came out, but not being able to move your head is not a good look for fight scenes, because it ruined the fight scenes a lot of the time.
Yeah, it does, unfortunately. That was, again, the only thing about it. And it sounds daft, but again, we're on about the Flash shits come out recently.
Oh, yeah.
Part of me wants the costumes, I still remember saying, but you know that they've sourced it now, so but he can actually turn his head in it.
That's it. They can do anything now.
Yeah.
And they'd be fully aware, surely, even though it's Warner Brothers, they should be fully aware that was an issue for the first one for most people that watched it.
Yeah.
Well, anyone that watched it that had a brain.
Yeah. But no, again, fantastic choice. I've mentioned it numerous times that I'm a stupidly huge fan of that film, because I'm just, dare I say, I've just dropped a load of money on something I'm going to regret that's coming out in a year.
Well, but then when you get it, you're going to drop a load on it.
Yeah, well, no,
multiple loads.
I'm going to hermetically seal it away from the universe. But yes, multiple loads.
But if you're listening to this, Hot Toys, Kemp is now officially a first-time buyer of Hot Toys.
And it's a bigger.
It's a big one. It's a big purchase. He's gone big for his first blowout. Send us some toys. Sponsor us.
Please.
We'll review them.
Yeah.
You've heard us talk nerdy. We'd love to see some of your shit up close and personal.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure that once I see Kemp's 89 Batman, I'm going to want one.
Deluxe version and the Batmobile.
Deluxe. Is it the reissue?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Oh. But I think they've updated the costume, so it's less perishable.
If I recall rightly, I think it actually fits in the Batmobile this time, which was quite an issue in the first place.
You're a lucky boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. 89 Batman.
Yep. Good shout.
That's my first shout. My second shout, Batman 1966.
Ooh, okay. Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Dude. Adam West Batman.
Yeah.
Second best Batman of all time.
I wasn't a big fan of the campy sort of era. Like, the TV series worked, but I couldn't get into it as much. But that film grew on me, especially the fact on DVD I had the Holy Special Edition Batman.
I had that movie on videotape.
Nice.
Recorded off the television.
Double nice.
Cleverly paused and restarted for ad breaks, so it was almost seamless.
Cool.
That's how we used to record everything. We'd like, so back in the day, for you fucking kids out there, CRT televisions, when we were watching terrestrial television, we only had 5 channels. Well, 4 when I was little. I was around for the 5th channel appearing. But before an ad break,
Launched by Spice Girls.
In the top right-hand corner of the screen appeared a little rectangular box that had black and white stripes that ran across it. And that meant that you've got like 15 seconds for an ad break coming up. And so when that had come up, whoever was in control of the recording of the television would rush to the VCR and wait for it. Like, quick! The bars are on. Get down there. Wait, and then pause just as you think it's going to start the ads. And then you'll then whoever's in control has to sit there and watch all the ads like a hawk. But because of how British TV worked, there'd be like a still image come up with the title of what's playing.
Yeah.
So that had come up for like 5 seconds. And so you'd wait, you'd time it from then. From when that comes out, you're like, right, here we go. And then give it the 5 seconds, and then bang, record again. That's how you used to get seamless home pirate movies from the television.
Man, this was like, it would be pre-internet. This is how we did piracy back in the days. We recorded shit off a telly. You youngins don't know anything about this.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. If we
just download, done.
Like we'd see in the Radio Times,
Yeah.
when what programs were on, especially at Christmas.
Yeah, was it when James Bond film was on?
Yeah, you see, like Christmas time is movie time in the UK. So, and back in the day, we're talking like early 90s, and where we had the 4 channels. You'd get your Radio Times for Christmas, and it'd give you 2 weeks worth of, or 3 weeks sometimes.
Yeah, you know, like a bumper issue given to New Year's.
It'd cover run up to Christmas, over Christmas, New Year's, and then just that, like the first few days of New Year's.
Yeah.
And it'd give you the schedule of all 4/5 of the channels that were on, and you'd have a special Sky One column for people that had Sky, who paupers like me never had.
I forgot about that. I did.
And so you'd go, oh, right, well, yeah, James Bond Moonraker's on Saturday at 6 p.m. on Channel 3.
It's got Jaws in it.
I'll get my VHS tape out of the cupboard,
Yeah.
stick it in, and I'll make sure I record it that night. Or if there's any film, because every Christmas you'd have a new film that's been in the cinema previously as well. It'd be like the debut premiere. You'd have a lot of premieres from the cinemas.
Yeah.
And so you'd get them in your Radio Times, circle the ones that you're going to record, and everyone knows in the household, oh, we're going to record that night. And the beauty was, back in them days, that you could record a channel, flick it over to another channel, and watch that while the other one's recording, so you didn't have to have the channel, the TV could be freed up.
Yeah.
Oh,
So good.
those are the days, man.
So good.
But yeah, so I had Batman 66
Wait a
recorded
second.
on one of those.
Did we just
VHS
admit to
tapes.
something illegal?
Probably, yeah.
It was a long time ago, though.
Yeah,
Statute of limitations.
Exactly, yeah. I was about to say that, the statute.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, Batman 66. Yeah, it was a great
Batman
film.
66. So many, like, moments that are ingrained in my brain. Like, the bomb scene, when he's running around with the bomb above the big cartoon bomb above his head. The 4 villains. You got Frank Gorshin's Riddler.
I thought Frank Gorshin was fantastic.
But yeah, brilliant Riddler, so over the top, so camp. He's wearing the leotard and the little mask, and the little
pink,
purple mask.
Yeah.
He's got everything. Burgess Meredith is the Penguin.
The day I learned that was Burgess Meredith, I was like, fuck me, that's unreal.
Yeah, the day you make the connection to Rocky.
Rocket, yeah. It was like, no.
Come on, Rock! You're like, oh shit, that's
Wait
the
a minute,
Penguin. Cesar Romero's Joker.
With his painted over moustache.
Yeah, you see, he refused to shave off his mustache, so they painted over it with the Joker. Oh, it's just...
I own an action figure of that exact character, and yes, it has got a moustache on that's been painted over. It's double whammy. It's like, yep, I'll do.
Was it Julie Newmar? No, Julie Newmar played Catwoman in the show.
There was 3 in total. There was Eartha Kitt.
Yeah,
she was in the show.
But for the movie, it was a new one.
It was Lee Merriweather.
Lee Merriweather,
Yeah.
that's the one. Yes, and Julie Newmar was the first Catwoman.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, so the 4 villains, I just remember all the crazy camera angles and like the really cheaply made sets.
Yeah.
The Batmobile, Batman and Robin, the
Turbo
fucking
speed.
the bust. It'll flip back. They've got a big red button, and they go down into the Batcave.
Oh, so what was it? Auto costume changer or something like that?
Yeah, all the labels
flip
on everything.
lever.
Everything had a metal label on it, like the Bat computer. And obviously the most famous scene of all, the bat repellent shark spray.
Yeah, that was too good.
That shark hanging off his leg.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's just so funny. Even now it's funny. And, quick, Robin, throw down the bat repellent shark spray.
It's like you've had a shark hanging off your leg for 20 minutes. You know? It's like,
He's just like kicking it around.
yeah.
Oh man.
Robin, why are you doing gymnastics? Why are you going upside down right now just to pass me? You could easily just reach down and drop it to me. It's like, no, Batman, I'm going to do a fucking backflip.
All the cuts. The pow. Oh, is it shark repellent bat spray?
Yeah.
I've been saying it wrong this whole time. And you didn't correct me.
Oh, sorry, no, it's
Dude.
shark repellent bat spray. Yeah, you're correct. Yeah.
But
What did you say?
I said bat repellent shark spray.
I didn't even notice. I'm sorry, I did not even notice.
Oh, fucking. Oh, there's the scene where
There's even more. I
the
can't remember.
villains turn all the world leaders into a pink powder.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they get dehydrated.
Yeah, they dehydrate them and put them in test tubes.
Yeah, that's right.
So many good parts, man. Adam West, Burt Ward, like the opening sequence. It's just brilliant.
It works so well.
It's just good fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's a product of the times.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, do.
Didn't it have the bat dance in it as well? Or was that was the TV show, I think?
That was a TV show, yeah.
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 But yeah, so that's my number 2.
Good shout.
My number 3, which is the one I don't think you can guess.
Is it Batman Returns? Because it fucking should be.
Not Batman related.
Oh. I know it's not Superman related because I know we were talking about this earlier. Films all across the DC universe. Wonder Woman. The first one.
Fuck off. That's dog shit.
That was quite good. To be fair.
First half, I was like, this is alright. Second half, this turned complete wank. They just shot it in the dick. Like, they ruined it. So, no, not Wonder Woman. It begins with a W.
Watchmen.
Yeah, boy.
You know, I enjoy Watchmen.
This is what I referred to earlier when I said about Zack Snyder being mostly miss, occasionally hit.
Yeah.
Watchmen was one of his hits.
Good film.
Watchmen and 300
Oh, yeah.
are his hits. But yeah, Watchmen just visually... Like, it was long and it was quite drawn out.
It was a hard watch.
But yeah, and I hadn't read the book before I watched the movie. And I watched the movie and I was like, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, it was really well made. Like, it was pretty dark because Zack Snyder, isn't it?
It was supposed to be.
Yeah, I was interested in all the characters. I wanted to see all the characters. Like Rorschach, Dr. Manhattan was done so well.
That was what intrigued me the most.
I watched a VFX thing recently and they were talking about why that was so well done. And it was because when he was wearing the mocap suit, Billy Crudup, he, for the first time, they used a mocap suit that was covered in LED lights, blue LEDs.
Oh.
And like even the soles of his feet. So everywhere he walked, he illuminated the surfaces that were near him. So like actors and scenery and things like that. So post-production, they didn't have to tweak it that much. They just had to change the brightness of it rather than put all that shadow and reflection in themselves, like manually. So it like saved them a huge ton of work and fucking made a really cool effect.
That's cool.
But yeah, so like technically it was really well done. And I tried reading the source material afterwards, but I just couldn't get into it. Alan Moore is too much, man. I'm not an Alan Moore fan at all.
He's always an official wizard.
He's just like, I get it, he's a writer, so it's very word heavy.
Yeah.
Like, and he doesn't really do action scenes, and it's just long-winded, like the whole Diary of Rorschach, Rorschach's Journal, all that business. So I gave up about 3 or 4 issues in, I think I was. And I was like, I can't get my head around this.
Yeah.
I'm giving up, bowing out. I'll just enjoy the movie. But yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, comedian.
Yes.
So I thought, this guy's cool. I thought it was, when I first saw images, I thought it was Robert Downey Jr.
I'm nice I did, yeah.
Because they look so similar. I was like, is that Downey Jr. with a moustache and a mask on? But Jeffrey Dean Morgan, another triple named man.
He's a great guy, but it has unfortunately inspired a whole new range of cosplay twats.
Oh, the Negan. Too close to being racist. Which one is it? I don't watch the show.
I say Negan.
I say Negan.
Yeah.
Negan. I don't know.
I can't maybe alternate.
So write in, send it in.
Yeah.
Tell us how to pronounce Negan's name.
Oh, hang on. I say 8-ball.
8-ball. Is it Negan or Negan?
Hang on, no. Is it Negan?
Is it Negan or Negan? Tell us, 8-ball. What's the answer?
I look good.
Sweet. Okay, we know for next time.
Yeah.
So there's my 3. And I also mentioned I have an honourable mention.
You did?
My honourable mention would be Aquaman.
I have not watched that.
It's the only DCEU movie that is any good, in my opinion. And it's the best out of all. Now, I'll go as far as to say It's the best out of all the DCEU movies.
Wow.
Doesn't mean it's good. It's just the best out of all of them.
Oh, okay. Right.
So as I said before, I've got my Marvel scale of good to absolutely mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Aquaman just sits just before it starts to be good.
Okay.
So it's just getting good. It's an enjoyable romp. That's as much as I can say about that.
Fair enough.
I just like I've hated all the Snyderverse stuff and all that business. Like, I've not liked any of it. It's been dog shit. But Jason Momoa, he's a fucking sexy man, and he is Tonk. He's the Chris Hemsworth of the DCEU.
Yeah.
Oh, the Henry Cavill. As much as I hate Superman, he's a bob on Superman.
Sort of okay, yeah. Sort of Cavill.
If it wasn't for Momoa, I probably wouldn't have liked it. There was some janky shit in there. I liked how they did Black Manta though. Black Mamba? Black Manta, isn't it?
Manta, yeah.
Yeah, he was cool because they kept his ridiculous helmet and stuff.
Mambo number 5.
That's the one, yeah. So yeah, there you go. What were your top 3s?
Yeah.
Send them in.
Yeah.
Wayne and Kemp sitting in a tub. They both got a chub in the Korner Nub. Now it's time for Wayne and Kemp's Korner Nub Hub. Normally... Oh, no, hey, yeah. Wait. Hold up, Kemp.
Hold up.
Hey.
Don't say anymore. Right.
So last time we got together, and it was just me and you recording this dual podcast, hosted by what? So last time we didn't have Mr Neal here.
Yes.
And there was just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
We were thinking, how do we do a quizzy? So we made an amalgamation of Kemp's Corner and Wayne's Nub Hub. And now we're minus a Neal again. I thought, hey, let's do another one. And so basically what we're going to do is we're going to ask each other 12 questions.
It's very important there are 12 questions.
Yes, 12 questions each. So we're going to rock, paper, scissors, poop for who's going to go first, whether it's going to be a corner or a nub hub. That person is then going to question the other person. 12 questions. We'll write down the scores. Whoever is the genius will win, aka me. And obviously, we've got Marvel versus DC week.
Yeah.
So I'm pitching for Marvel, Kemp's pitching for DC, and
I'm always pitching for DC.
Homosexuals everywhere.
I'm not.
Let's begin.
Begin.
No?
Oh.
I've not finished explaining yet.
Okay,
Don't worry,
sorry.
all this waffle does get chopped out in the editing process. So I'm going to question Kemp on his Marvel knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And Kemp is going to question me on my DC knowledge.
Yes.
Ooh. And considering I don't know a lot about DC, this should be interesting. But also, what makes it more interesting is that Kemp works in a comic book shop and also doesn't know anything about Marvel.
I do.
But do you?
It's a red company, yeah.
Let's quiz and find out. But first, we got a rock, paper, poop it.
Rock, paper, poop. What happens to scissors?
I put them to one side so I could chop up the poops afterwards.
Oh, it makes sense.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, poop.
Ooh.
Rock, paper, scissors, poop. Rock, paper, scissors, poop.
Oh.
Rock, paper, scissors, poop. Aye! So that means that we head over into Kemp's Corner.
Okay.
However, before you start,
Ooh.
normally
Ooh.
I sing a little Kemp's Corner jingle, don't I?
Oh, yeah.
With a little twist on it.
Yeah.
Well, last episode that aired, so today's episode that aired, I believe, was the one where it was just me and you.
It was.
And I believe in that episode, I asked people to send in their Kemp's Corner jingles.
Oh.
Do you remember that?
Vaguely, yes.
Well, guess what?
Okay.
We received a Kemp's Corner jingle.
Oh, okay. Is it anyone we know, or...?
It is.
Okay.
Someone that knows the podcast well, is a friend of the podcast,
Okay.
has appeared on the podcast.
Wishes to remain anonymous.
Well, unfortunately for him, it's my podcast, so he's not going to remain anonymous. It's Philip Cooper.
Ah. Hi, Phil.
So Philly Willy has sent us an email. It simply says, "You're welcome," with an attachment.
Ooh.
So I thought, oh, what's this? So I opened the attachment. I downloaded the attachment. Now let's play the attachment.
Kemp's corner, he sits in the corner, sniffing his mum's dildo. Yeah, watch his semen flow.
Oh. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Cheers for that, Phil.
I couldn't have said it better myself, brosif.
Cheers for that, little Phil.
Well, that was a good one. So anyone else listening at home, if you have a Kemp's Corner jingle,
Preferably not slagging off my mum, but, you know, do what you have to do.
well, yeah, I mean, I
Preferably
suppose
not slagging off my
Kemp he kind of knows your bum. That was my clause,
that's
wasn't
fair.
it?
Yeah.
Because I did say, when you send in your things, don't make them about Kemp's mum unless you know her like I do,
Yeah.
which Phil does, because we tag teamed once.
Bastard.
We did an Eiffel Tower.
Absolute bastard. Anyway, question time. Right then.
Yeah, okay. Here we are. Oh, do you want me to keep score?
Oh, yes, please.
Don't worry, man. I got this, man. I got you back, man.
Cheers, man. Right then. 12 questions. All about DC. Question 1.
What's my buzzer?
Oh, you don't really need a buzzer in all honesty, but I don't know, I can't think of it like a DC sort of. Yeah, Shazam.
Shazam?
Yeah,
Shazam, your mum.
What's that even mean?
I don't know anymore.
Yeah, fuck it, the penguin thing. Or
Riddle me this.
yeah, right, yeah, that's a good shout. Oh, if you're leaving it, you can have riddle me this and riddle me that. That'd be fun. Anyway, question 1. There are about 1 million different flashes. Can you pick the non-flash out of these?
Okay.
Barry Allen, Tim Scott, Wally West, Jay Garrick, Bart Allen. Which one of those is not a flash?
Second one.
Tim Scott?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
Well done.
That was a total guess.
Really?
That was my powers of deduction.
Ooh. Question 2. There is a Superman story written by John Cleese. True or false?
True.
Correct. It's called True Brit, and it's not very good.
But just as for people at home, if I fucking ace this thing, I honestly don't know the answers to these. I'm just winging it.
I will legit vouch for him on that.
I'm just taking educated guesses. I've read some DC stories, but I'm not deep into the lore. So, continue.
Yeah. Okay. True Brit was basically the same concept as Red Sun, i.e. what if Superman landed 12 hours later into Earth? And in this instance, what if he landed 6 hours later? He landed straight in the middle of Kent, I think it was. Or something like that. And he got raised as a bumbling British buffoon. Anyway, question 3. How many Robins have died?
Ooh. Damian Wayne was resurrected, wasn't he? The Ra's al Ghul pit. Was he? I don't know. Am I just making shit up? Lazarus pit.
Lazarus pit is a terrier actor.
These are all terms I'm just throwing out. I'm going to say...
To be... Oh, wait, no, I can't say that because that's the answer.
I'm going to say 2.
Bastard. And yes, both of them have been resurrected. You are correct. 2 Robins. Yes. Jason Todd and Damian Wayne.
Yes.
Question 4. What is the name of Nightwing's dog?
Ooh.
This is one of my favourites. I might have said this last week.
Is it something daft like Bert?
It starts with a B, I'll give you that.
Is it Bruce?
No. Oh, that'd be fun. Oh, that's a pound play, isn't it?
I should be a DC writer. I just instantly made the story better.
What, any more guesses?
No.
Bitewing.
Bitewing.
Yeah.
Genius.
Bitewing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you are currently on 3 out of 4. There are about 1 million different colour lanterns. Spot the odd one out. right?
Okay.
So in the whole Green Lantern universe, yeah, there's a whole spectrum of them, right? Which one of these colours is not one?
Okay.
Green, red, yellow, blue, black, indigo, grey, white, orange, violet. I can repeat that if you wish.
No. Violet.
Incorrect.
Oh, is it indigo?
No, it's grey.
Oh.
Yeah, you got the Indigo tribe, which is may still get the power in a
I
similar
don't
manner.
need to know any of that.
And I can't remember what violet one is. There is a Red Lantern called Dexstar, who is a cat that spews blood. True or false?
True.
Yeah, and he's fucking great. Question 7. How did the Flash get his powers?
An electrical storm.
A little bit more than that.
It was a man-made electrical storm.
No.
He was in his laboratory in a lightning storm, and the lightning came through the skylight and hit him and made him fast.
Oh, you're so close. You're missing one particular little thing. You're literally 3/4 of the way there. What else do you find in the laboratory? I don't know why I'm helping you here. You're so close.
What else did you find?
What else are you normally getting in the laboratory knocking about?
Chemicals.
Hey, there we go. Yeah, I will give you that. You were almost there, so...
He was doing a science experiment and got hit by lightning.
Basically, he was I can't remember his precise job, but
Forensic
he's a
scientist.
Forensic scientist, yeah, there you go. He was working late, he got struck by lightning and sending him into a cabinet full of unspecified chemicals.
Of course.
That's my favourite word and all that, unspecified. Yeah, well done you.
And that's purely taken from when I watched, like, the first season of The Flash. Or half of the first season.
Question 8. There are about 1 million different colours of kryptonite.
Of course there is.
Here are some with their descriptions of what they do.
Oh.
Which one is the odd one out? Red kryptonite. It's the same as green kryptonite, but stronger. Causes mood swings.
Yeah.
Blue kryptonite. Affects bizarros. Antidote to red kryptonite. Gold kryptonite. Temporarily removes a Kryptonian's powers. Orange kryptonite. Gives an animal powers for 24 hours. Black kryptonite. Splits a person into 2 separate personalities, like good and bad, basically. Sparkling kryptonite. Randomizes a Kryptonian's powers for 24 hours.
What was the orange one? The animal thing.
That gives an animal
What was the one before
Superman powers for 24 hours. Gold kryptonite temporarily removes the Kryptonian's powers.
I'll go with blue.
Blue
Yeah.
affects bizarros and antidote to red kryptonite.
Yeah.
Incorrect. Answer was sparkling kryptonite. Randomizes a Kryptonian's powers for 24 hours. I love the fact that rhymes. I'm going to say what's more often.
Powers for hours, man.
Yeah, man. Question 9. What comic and issue number was Batman's first appearance?
Detective Comics. Yeah?
Yes.
Issue 80.
Oh.
82.
No. I'm not going to lie, you're quite far away from it.
Oh.
I'll tell you what.
20?
I'll give you a shot in the dark. It's between 20 and 30, right?
24.
No. Detective Comics 27.
Okay.
Which is also quite amazing because that's my lucky number.
I get the point for Detective Comics.
No.
Okay.
You get nothing.
It's your show.
What is the main feature about the question?
What? The dot.
No.
At the bottom.
No, the question is a DC character who is like a detective type thing. But what is his most notable feature about him?
I have absolutely no idea. So I'm going to say he has a monocle.
Not exactly. He hasn't got a face. It's just like a blank bit of skin where his face should be.
Okay.
Yeah, it's quite weird.
Questionable.
Yeah. Question 11. Stan Lee once worked for DC. True or false?
True.
True, yeah. In the 90s, wrote a series called Just Imagine. Stan Lee writing in DC Universe.
He did.
It was actually pretty alright. Yeah. Last but not least, question 12. Batman was teamed up with Elmer Fudd. True or false?
True.
Correct. For 2 consecutive years, I believe it's 2017 and 2018, DC teamed up with, I think it was Looney Tunes. Yeah, DC Looney Tunes first of all, followed by DC Hanna-Barbera in the later years. But you had other such team-ups as Legion of Superheroes and Bugs Bunny Special, Martian Manhunter and Marvin the Martian, Lobo Roadrunner, Wonder Woman Tasmanian Devil, Batman Elmer Fudd, Jonah Hex Yosemite Sam, that was quite good, Harley Quinn and Gossamer. I don't know if you remember Gossamer, but Gossamer was like the big sort of orange hairy thing, usually on the Halloween episode type ones. Catwoman, Sweetie and Sylvester, Joker, Daffy Duck, and Lex Luthor, Porky Pig. And just a select couple from the Hanna-Barbera ones. You had Green Lantern Space Ghost, Suicide Squad Banana Splits, Flash Speed Bugger, Black Lightning Hong Kong Thrower, Deathstroke and Yogi Bear, Green Lantern Huckleberry Hound, Nightwing McGinley Gorilla, and Superman Top Cat.
7 out of 12.
Well done, you.
Pretty good. For someone that doesn't know shit about DC. Well, obviously I know a little bit, but...
Yeah, slightly better than average, you might say.
Well, there you go. There's Kemp's Corner.
Cool. Right.
So now, let's slide on over to my comfy nub hub.
Nice.
Come and rub your chub in my hub.
If you also want to send in any jingles for Wayne...
has anyone got...
Corner.
Yeah, has anyone got a nub corner?
I don't know.
Don't
Nub
know.
Hub, sorry, Nub Hub.
It's the nub hub, man.
Sorry, I apologise.
Come and have a rub in Wayne's nub hub.
There you go.
And over here...
You can do it in the tub, you can do it in the pub.
You could do it while you're having a rub on your chub in the tub in the nub hub.
Rolls off the tongue, that, doesn't it?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We're all about Marvel over here in the nub hub. Fuck your corner, DC. Fucking corner dog shit. So I got 12 questions for you.
Go for it.
Question number 1.
Go for it.
What's your buzzer?
Oh, whip.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Oh, with this first question, it could be snicked.
Ooh. So, yeah, I'd say I'll go for that, actually. I quite like that word.
Snicked.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I forgot I didn't buzz in for any of them.
You didn't have to.
Well. What's the name of Wolverine's mutant son in the comics?
Snicked.
Yes, Kemp?
Forgive me if I pronounce it wrong, but Daken. Is it Daken?
Correct, Daken.
Daken, there you go, yeah.
Number 2. In the comics, who is the first Avenger to quit the team?
Oh, Hawkeye.
Wrong. It's the Hulk.
Oh. Technically, I don't suppose he quits, he just fucks off, he's a Hulk.
Number 3. After the cancellation of his first series, which comic did the Hulk make regular appearances in?
Oh. Was it the Defenders? No. Fucking no, the Defenders.
Nope. Tales to Astonish.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Question number 4. Captain America made his first appearance in what comic book?
You bugger, I know this, but...
A little hint, it was pre-Marvel.
Yeah. It wasn't something like Eagle. No, not Eagle, that's a British one. No, sorry.
It's Captain America Comics number 1.
You bastard, yeah.
In 1941.
Oh, you bugger. Yeah, okay, right.
Who did the Winter Soldier take shelter with during Infinity War?
Wakandans.
More specific?
Black Panther.
Well played.
Quite specific, Wakandan.
Yeah. How many Infinity Stones are there? Think carefully.
Right.
Might not be what you initially think. Don't look at Thanos over there.
No, okay, no, sorry, I didn't even think about that.
Don't even be looking at that gauntlet. It's clicking.
Okay, are you
Thanos.
talking Infinity Gems or Infinity Stones?
Infinity Stones.
So we're talking more modern day.
MCU.
And all that jazz.
Yeah.
Right. 6.
You sure? Think hard, man.
I'm screaming 5, but no. It's
6.
Yeah, 6, yeah. Because there's one on the back of the hand as well, on one pretty much on each finger, yeah.
What species is Groot?
Oh. Is he just Groot?
Nope.
Okay, no, I ain't gonna get that.
Flora Colossus.
Oh.
In the comics, what's the name of Thor's alter ego? Thor.
For Dr. Donald Blake.
Correct.
Yeah.
Ooh. What's the name of the comic book magazine that printed the first story starring Doctor Strange?
Did he appear in just Marvel Horror? Or no? Did he appear in Werewolf by Night?
No. Strange Tales.
Fuck, yeah. I was trying to rub my head over it. We used to get these books in called The Essential, and basically it had all the characters, but it was all the old school original adventures, all in chronological order, or thereabouts. I remember Strange Tales being on there now. As soon as you said it, I can picture where it is on the rack.
In what Marvel Comics title did the Silver Surfer first appear?
I'd be daft if I didn't say Fantastic Four.
You would be daft, you silly pillock. Question number 11. I want you to name all the actors who have Chris as their first name in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Okay. Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
When you say...
Chris.
Hang on, yeah, because I was going to say Blade is clearly pre-Rat. Because that would be Chris Christopherson, but also spelled differently. Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans... That's going to be it, isn't it?
Final answer.
Yes.
You mentioned him tonight. You said his name already. Chris Pratt.
Oh.
Boom.
Fudge.
So, the final question.
Okay. Don't tell me the scores yet.
Okay. Well, this question is worth 3 points.
Boo. But you're not going to say 2.
It's a 3-point question.
Okay.
It's the decider.
I got more than 4 questions right.
5 you got right.
Oh.
So in order to win, you need 3 points. That's how the final point works, man.
Maths is never my strong point.
Okay. What are Tony Stark's parents' first names?
Howard and Maria. Was it?
Kemp's the winner. Kemp's the winner. He won the Korner Nub Hub. So it's my turn to give him a rub on his little chody chubber.
I'll get my gloves.
Hope they're made of rubber.
No.
Maybe flubber.
Hey, Kemp wins.
Hey, well played, man. Well played.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate you taking the difficulty now this week a little bit.
Did I?
A little bit, yeah. That last one was fucking solid. I can't remember half the questions on it, but yeah.
That rolled out your mind there,
yeah.
that final question.
I'm not going to lie, Maria was a bit wobbled on a little bit. I knew Howard was right, but yeah. I was like, oh, it's good. Oh, it's Maria. I'm sure he says Maria somewhere in it. And yeah.
Well,
Hey.
DC are victorious.
Good quiz.
Never thought that would ever happen.
We know more about your company. We nicked Stan Lee.
Nicked most ideas.
That as well.
It did them worse.
Actually, no. Deathstroke's pretty cool, and so's Deadpool. So
Yeah, Deathstroke's cool. There are some cool DC characters.
Yeah.
Just fewer and far between than Marvel.
Unfortunately, so.
It's just the stories aren't as engaging.
Yeah.
That's all it comes down to for me.
Absolutely.
The characters in Marvel are all key. How they interact with each other and shit, live in the same world. Everything affects each other, man.
And it does.
Ah, that was fun, man. I enjoyed that.
Fair piece. Good quiz. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah, don't forget to send in your jingles,
Yes.
whether it's for a Kemp's Corner or a Wayne's Nub Hub. Thanks to Philippoussis for sending our first ever jingle to use. I might cut it and save it and use it next time we do a Kemp's Corner.
Yeah.
Nice. So that came through on the Gmails. So if you have a clip to send us, poofingerpodcast@gmail.com is where you want to send it to. Just attach it to an email, put in the subject line, Kemp's Corner, and write it like that so that I know what it is. And we'll slip it in the show. Yeah, boy.
Again, please not too offensive about my mum.
Yeah, only me and Phil can talk about Kemp's mum and anyone else that has met Kemp's mum. So if you've not met Kemp's mum...
Don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't be a dick. It's his mum, man.
Yeah.
Fucking never catch me saying a bad word about it. Dickheads. Everything I say is with love and respect.
Yeah.
Bigger boys. The bigger boys are there. So there you have it. Another mighty fine episode of the Poo Finger Podcast. That was fun, Kemp.
It was.
It's like, as much as I miss Mr Neal, I like it when it's just the two of us. It reminds me of old times, man.
Bit more intimate. Yeah.
Back in the days when we used to live together. 20 years ago.
20 years. It was, man.
20 years ago we lived together.
My word. Back
How
in the
crazy is
Sylvan.
that? The Sylvan Street, correct.
Yeah. Blooming hell. That was crazy.
With Drew Birchnough.
Yeah.
20-year anniversary this year.
Yeah. Should we go back there? Have a little day trip to
Nah.
like, we used to live here. We have a day. Just fuck off.
I can't even remember what number house it was.
Think I do.
144? That's a number that just popped into my brain, but it's probably nowhere near.
I know it by visual.
I wouldn't. They're all the same to me. All the houses, it's probably been painted and fucking changed around.
Yeah.
It was falling to bits when we lived in it.
Yeah, it was, to be fair. Yeah.
Student house.
Student.
Fun times. But yeah, we went on quite a few tangents this evening.
Yeah, we had this in the department's going to have a bit of work to do, but at least it's going to be fun to listen back to.
Yeah, I'm
apart from
gonna
my
enjoy
sniffling, which I apologise for, my sneezing, which I apologise for, and any other medical issues which I may have, which I make no apologies for.
And shortly after this, we're going to be recording a little thing for our brothers overseas, for the Hoof-Hearted guys. They've sent us some Ask a Brick questions, so maybe we should bring back some Ask a Yank.
Yes, we should.
And ask them some questions. So check out the Hoof-Hearted guys everywhere you get your podcasts. That's HOOFHEARTED.
Plug.
Plug. And give them some love. And maybe by the time this episode's out, we've already appeared on there.
You never know.
Who knows?
It's like time travel.
Yeah, it's weird going across the pond.
Yeah.
Through the digital airwaves.
Yeah.
Get in touch on the socials at Poo Finger Pod, on the Twitter, the Instagram. Find us on Facebook.
I still don't know if I'm comfortable with you calling it Instagram.
That's pretty much what it is, though.
But yeah, it's a bit yeah.
TikTok.
Oh yeah, we do have
TikTok at Poo Finger Pod. r/Poo Finger on the Reddit. I still need to start doing things on the Reddit. How are you with Reddit? Do you go on Reddit a lot?
Mate, I'm king of Reddit. I don't really moderate it that much, so.
No, it's not.
You can make me a moderator.
Yeah, I'll make you a moderator. Yeah, I'll make you a mod.
can.
And you just... I've not put anything on there.
No.
But follow it anyway.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the Poo Finger Reddit account.
Yeah, I'll Poo Finger will... I'll try and make sure we share the latest episodes.
You could do an AMA.
We could do an AMA.
You could do an AMA.
Okay.
That'd be awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, so Camping will be on Reddit doing an AMA on July
That's
26th.
Let's not start throwing around
at
numbers.
7 p.m. onwards.
Will I?
Yeah.
What day's 26th?
Don't look it up, man.
Okay.
But yeah, Camp will be on there. He'll answer all your questions, anything you want to ask him. how big his penis is, how round his penis is, how smelly his penis is, how tasty his penis is. Any questions about his penis, he will answer. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that. Put it on your calendars. And then maybe he's going to make some, I think Kemp was talking about making some merchandise for us as well. Yeah, you were going to finance some merchandise operation for the Poo Finger Podcast. Poo Finger Inc. Huh?
I might be able to look into this. Love to collaborate on her.
I've already ordered you 1,000 t-shirts that need to be paid for before Tuesday.
Okay.
Or as I call it, Poo's Day.
Okay. How many fingers do I stand to lose?
Fingers? Testicles is the question.
Oh, okay. Right, fair enough.
All of them.
All of them. My entire bag full.
Yeah, so you're going to have to help a brother out and buy them.
Okay.
When they go up online, guys, to help Kemp save his gigantic testicles. On the AMA, you can ask Kemp how many balls he's got.
Yeah, closest stands wins a fiver. Not financed by me.
So yeah, check us out next week. We should have Mr Neal back.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Follow us everywhere. Send us some love. Send us some love.
Yeah, ask us questions. We might interact.
I want to put my hand on your booty.
Not that sort of interaction. That's a bit problematic, right? You might want to, you know.
I was talking to you, bitch.
Okay. Felt fair enough, then. That's all right, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, dear.
Mr. Neal ain't here to help you out now, boy.
I can hear banjos.
Bye.
Bye-bye.